morning to all. Okay, in the last session, we had discussed the things related to what are the contents that we are going to cover throughout these sessions. And after that, who introduced Python? What are the applications of Python? That is mainly where we are using Python programming. So the main thing is the Python is mainly used in data analytics, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. Because of that, Python becomes the most popular language. Okay. Next, we will move to the features of Python. So what are the Python have the properties? Simply, the first and the basic feature is it is very simple and easy to learn. What is the meaning of this one? Compared to remaining programming languages, the Python language is a very simple language. How can you know that? Simply based on the previous example. Suppose if you want to print some message, already we discussed this example. If you want to print some hello world message, Java required this much of code, C required this much of code, and Python only a single line is sufficient to print the message. Okay, so this is the way the Python is said as a simple language, and at the same time it is very easy to learn. Why? Because remember everything, Python has many built-in functions. What is mean by built-in? Built-in in the sense the predefined functions. Already everything is defined. You have to know how to use the function. Okay. Now, freeware and open source software. The meaning is Python is freely available in the internet. Python is freely available in the internet. That means no need to pay anything. For example, Windows or for example some different softwares, Microsoft Office. These are the softwares that we have to pay some amount, we have to buy. Python is the software which is freely available in the internet. So that is called open source software. And high level programming language and high level programming language. So I already said high level programming language in the sense the program, that is the Python program, is written in our natural language, in our natural language like English. The system automatically converts the high level programming language into mission language. That is the system term. But we are writing our program in high level language. One second. Yes. Okay. That is a high level programming language. Now, thing is platform independent. Platform. So, that means we are writing a program. You are writing a program. That program is executed on different platforms. Suppose, for example, I am writing a program, Python program sample. That sample program is written in one platform, is without any modifications. It runs in another platform also. It runs in another platform also by using the Python interpreter. By using the Python interpreter, it runs in another platform also. Okay. Now, portability. It is very easy to move from one system to another system without any modifications. It is very simple to move. So, no problem. We will discuss all these things. We will discuss whenever we are going to the programming. You understand, okay, these are the things happen in the futures. All the futures are existent. And remember, all these futures up to now, these are available in Java also. Mostly, all the futures are available in Java also. So, those are the basic futures. But now the thing is, the most useful and additional feature that is available in Python. This is the thing. Dynamically typed. You have to learn this feature only. You have to learn this feature very carefully. remaining are not at all required. Okay, so what is mean by dynamically typed? And again, you remember, even though you don't know any programming language, okay, I will start from the scratch. For example, coming to a programming language C. Suppose even though you don't know C, I will explain C concept right now. So coming to programming language C, for example, what is your aim? You have to write a program to perform addition of two numbers. So what is my program? To perform addition of two numbers. So obviously, so I am writing addition of two numbers. Now, every program, remember the thing, every program must and should contains generally three parts. One is input to the program, second one is the process we are performing, third one is output. What is the meaning of this one? If you want to perform a task, you have to provide some input. For example, in our house, if you want to prepare some tea, assume if you want to prepare some tea, so what is my task? Preparation of tea is my task. What are the inputs? Some ingredients: so milk, water, tea powder, gas, that those are called inputs. So process in the sense we are making the tea. Output in the sense the tea is the output. Exactly. A program consists of some input. Based on the input, we are performing some operation and then we are producing the output. That is the point. Now the question is, what are the two numbers? What is my input? These two numbers of input. After performing addition between two numbers, you have to store the result in some other variable. So here we have a term variable. Variable. What is mean by variable? Suppose a 5 and 6. If you want to perform addition between 5 and 6, how the computer stored? For example, I am the person, compulsory I have some memory. Memory in the sense I have some address. I am staying in this particular house. Similarly, if you are writing the program, the values are placed in some memory location. Memory in the sense addresses. The values are placed in some address. How the values are stored? By using the concept of a variable. So variables are used to store some memory location. For example, like this: A is equal to 5, B is equal to 6. That means by using the variable only, computer stores the value. So here what is the meaning of this one? A and B are called variables. The variable A holds the value 5, B holds the value 6. But remember, except Python, in the remaining programming languages, before using this one, first we have to declare the variable by using the statement like this: int. Assume int is the data type, a comma b comma c. So not only is in Java also you have to write declaration. What is mean by this one? That is, within the programming, we are writing a statement at the starting of the program. Remember, at the beginning of the program, we are writing a statement. A, B, C are three variables. A, B, C are three variables which holds integer type. Integer type in the sense these type of numbers. That is in our mathematics whole numbers. In our mathematics, whole numbers are called integer numbers. So these are the variables which are used to store whole numbers in the program. So within the program we are writing a is equal to 5, b is equal to 6, c is equal to a plus b, like this. That means here what is the point? Before usage of the variable, first you have to declare the variable. After declaration and without declaration, it is not possible. For example, here I am not declaring a variable d. D is equal to A minus B. It gives an error in C language. It gives an error. Why? The variable is not declared. Why? At the time of declaration only, the memory is allocated. At the time of declaration, the memory is allocated. So, but the variable D is not allocated. That is the reason it gives an error. It gives an error. But coming to Python programming, Python is a dynamically typed language. Dynamically typed language. Dynamic in the sense at the time of execution. So these type of declarations are not required. That means no need to declare any variable. No need to declare a variable. Whenever you require a variable, simply use the variable. So this one a is equal to 5. That means what happens? Automatically a variable a is created with a value 5. This statement is not at all required. B is created with a value 6. The addition is performed between A and B and that is assigned to C. The value is stored. Subtraction is performed between A and B. The value is stored with D. So that means dynamically typed in the sense no need to declare the variable. Okay? No need to declare the variable. Now, Python is both procedure oriented and object oriented. Procedure oriented and object oriented. So, C language is the procedure oriented language. C is the procedure oriented language. Suppose coming to Java, Java is object oriented programming language. One second. Okay, so C is the procedure oriented language, Java is object oriented language. Now Python supports the features of both the procedure oriented language and object oriented language. Simply, in procedure oriented programming language, what is the main concept? The main concept is the functional programming. The main concept is functional programming, that is the features of functional is satisfied in procedure oriented programming language. Coming to object oriented programming language, it has the features encapsulation. It has the features encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, class, and object. Class and object. So that means Python supports the features of functional programming language and at the same time the features of object-oriented programming language. Everything is supported in Python. Everything is supported in Python. Okay, so I will explain this one clearly. Why? Because if you know the difference, then only it is very easy. Okay, suppose here I will explain the difference coming to procedure oriented programming and then object oriented programming. Okay, so first one, procedure oriented programming is a functional approach. Functional approach, that means how the program is executed. A program is executed in the manner of simply step by step approach. Step by step approach. In the simple sense, you have a program of large size. The program is divided. The program is divided into different number of sub programs. Suppose if assume my program size is 1000 lines, how the procedure oriented perform the task? The total 1000 line is divided into approximately 10 tasks. So for example, addition. is divided into one part, subtraction is divided into one part, multiplication is divided into one part. So what is the thing? Simply it follows a step-by-step approach to break the program into different number of tasks. To break the program into different number of tasks. So each task can perform a single task. Each part can perform a single task. Now, coming to object-oriented programming, here everything is considered as an object, and every program must and should is written inside a class. Every program is written inside a class. In a simple sense, object-oriented programming deals with the real-world problems. Object-oriented programming deals with the real world problems, and that means a class is created with some content. Objects, different objects are created, each object have different information. So right now it is very difficult to you for understand. If you don't know any other programming language, it is very difficult, but no problem. So our concept, I think you know the syllabus. Within the syllabus we have the concept of object oriented programming. So in that object-oriented programming, we clearly discuss the things. We clearly discuss these things. Okay, then it is very easy to understand. Now, interpreted. This is also an additional thing. This is interpreted. What is the meaning of interpreted? Remember the thing. So I already said Python is a high-level programming language, but a mission in the sense a computer understand only binary language. Then how it is possible? The simple and straightforward question is how it is possible. Okay. So Python is a high-level programming language. So computer is a mission language. Mission language is also called as binary language. Then what is required? We need a translator. We need a translator. So what is meaning of translator? Translator is used to convert one programming, not only programming. Translator in the sense one language is converted into another language. That is called translator. We have two types of translators. One is compiler. Second one is interpreter. So you have to know these two things. Even though Python interpreter, but you have to know the two types of translators for converting high level language into mission level language. To convert high level language into mission level language, we are using these two types of translators, either compiler or interpreter. C language is a compiler language. C C is also high level language. That is, in C also we are writing the program in high level. But whatever the programming language, computer understands mission language. So in C programming, to convert high level language into mission level language, we are using the translator compiler. Suppose in Python, to convert the high level language into mission level language, we are using the translator interpreter. So interpreter is used in Python. In Java also we are using interpreter. Then what is the difference between compiler and interpreter? Simple thing. Here I am writing the program. Assume the program contains some 100 lines of code. Assume the program contains 100 lines of code. What the compiler do is, at a time, the compiler converts all the 100 lines into mission language. All the 100 lines into mission language. Okay, but interpreter first to converts line 1, and then line 2, and then line 3, and so on. Okay, I think it is not clear. Now I will tell you in clear manner. For example, we have an error. We have an error at this point. Suppose error at this point, and we have an error at this point. Okay, assume you are writing a program, but your program contains three errors. Your program contains three errors. Okay, compiler, what the compiler do? It converts the total program into mission level language. So all these errors are displayed to the user. This error is displayed to the user. This is the error in the program. This is the error in the program. All those errors are displayed to the user. But coming to Python, first this line is converted, no problem. This line, this line, this line. So whenever this line is converted, it displays an error. Whenever there is an error, the remaining part of the program is not converted. Simply it shows the error, and you have to modify or you have to clear the error. Then only the remaining. Then this is converted, this is converted, this is converted. Again we have the error. Again the conversion is stopped and show the error. You got it? So it interpreter converts line by line. Interpreter converts line by line. Compiler at a time converts. Okay. Again, I am repeating the same thing. Understand carefully. So we are writing the program in high level programming, but a computer understand only mission. Hello, hello. Compute. Okay, so a computer understands high level, but a mission computer understands, sorry, a programming is high level, computer understands mission level. So to convert the high level programming language into mission level language, we need translator. For such thing, we have two types of translators. One is compiler, second one is interpreter. Compiler is at a time the total program is converted into mission language. Even though the program can contain any errors, it shows all the errors to the user. But the interpreter performs line by line conversion. Whenever there is an error at a particular line, it stops the conversion. Simply it shows the error to the user. So this is interpreter. Now move to the next feature, extensible. What is mean by extensible? We already written a program, and if you want to add an additional features, it is very easy to ask. And at the same time, for Python programming, if you want to add the functionality of C also, it is easy. That is, one programming language is to be possible combined with another programming language. That is possible for Python. That is the future of extension. So these are the features that are provided by Python. And among all the features, the most important feature is dynamically typed. Dynamically typed in the sense, no need to declare the variable. Whenever you require, simply you can use the variable. Now, coming to the next topic. Up to now, if you have any doubts, please ask me. In the futures, if you want anything, please ask me. Okay, next I am moving to the topic of identifier. This is the basic topic for anything. So what is mean by identifier? So identifier is a name. Identifier is a name. What is mean by a name? For example, I have a name, you have a name. Each and every person, each and everything have some name. Even fruit is also apple, banana, orange, colors red, green. Everything has a name. Now, identifier is called a name. It is, suppose coming to programming language. we have different classes. So in the object-oriented programming, we have different classes, different types of objects, different types of functions, modules, variables. We have many things existed in the programming. So a name is either a class name or a function name or a module name or a variable name. Any name is called an identifier. Identifier. Now, the main important thing is what are the rules to follow to define an identifier. Identifier definition is what are the rules to follow to define a name. For example, so in our general terms, assume in our general terms, suppose my name is Nagaraju. How my father and mother give the name to me? Based on generally based on the time of birth, that is at the particular time. So this is the date. In this particular date, based on the time and based on the star, based on the star, so they are giving my name. The name must and should starts with these letters. I think everyone know the things. The names starts with these letters. Exactly the same concept in identifier. For example, you have the concept of variable. You have the concept of variable. Right now, previously we discussed A is equal to 5, B is equal to 6. How can you use the things A, B? How can you use the things A, B? In the similar fashion, not only a variable, we have class name, object, module, different things are existed in the programming. Once we move on into the programming, we understand all the things. So, what are the rules? The rules in the sense how to define an identifier. Simply, how your father and mother gave the name to you based on the star, based on the name, that is based on the date of birth, your name must and should starts with these letters. In the same fashion, each and every name, each and every name contains these things. Not all the things are compulsory. All these things are compulsory. The only allowed characters, only these are the characters that are allowed. If you want to give a name, the name can contain these characters, alphabets in a sense. What is alphabets? The letters A to Z, either lowercase or A to Z, uppercase. That means you can use either lowercase alphabets or uppercase alphabets. So a name contains, name in the sense an identifier. A name contains alphabets. A name can contain the digits 0 to 9 and the only special symbol underscore. That means you are giving a name. What are the rules? The first rule is only the letters, alphabets, or digits and underscore. Only these three things are allowed. For example, total. Total is a variable. Variable, again I am repeating what is mean by variable. Variable is simply a place where we are storing some value. That is, if we are creating a variable, then some memory is allocated. Within that memory, we are storing our required variable. Suppose the total is a variable. This is a completely valid. Why? The variable contains only alphabets. Suppose total underscore 5. This is also valid. It contains alphabets and the special symbol underscore and the digit 5. For example, sum 9. This is valid. Why? Alphabets and 9 is the digit. Remember, all are not compulsory. The only allowed characters, the only allowed characters, but sum $9. This is invalid. So dollar except underscore along with A to Z and 0 to 9 except underscore remaining things are not allowed. Remaining characters, not any special symbol. Remaining special symbols are not allowed for creating the variable. So this is the first one. Now, second one is an identifier. Always remember what is an identifier? A name. An identifier does not begin with a digit, does not starts with a digit. For example, see here, it starts with a letter. It starts with a letter, starts with a letter. For example, if you are creating an identifier like this, if you are creating an identifier like this, like 5 sum, this is completely invalid. Why? Even though it is a name, it starts with the digit. It is a name, it starts with a digit. So, an identifier does not begin with a digit. Does not begin with a digit. Right? Now, now, an identifier does not starts with a digit in a sense. Obviously, it begin with an alphabet. Okay, we already completed. It begin with an underscore also. Underscore. Okay, but single only underscore is not possible. After underscore, you are using some variables. ABC. So here underscore ABC. This is a variable. This is a variable. Okay. Again, I am repeating, an identifier contains either alphabets, digits, underscore, and it does not begin with a digit. It starts with either alphabet. If alphabet, simply so this is a valid identifier. Only alphabet is sufficient. Only alphabet is sufficient, but only underscore and only digits are not sufficient. Only underscore and only digits are not sufficient. And identifiers are case sensitive. What is meaning of case sensitive? Case sensitive in the sense lowercase letters are different to uppercase letters. Lowercase letters are different to uppercase letters. So within the program, if you are writing the statement a is equal to 5, suppose if you are writing a is equal to 6, remember here in the program we are creating two variables. We are creating two variables. So one is small a, second one is capital A. Both are completely different. Case sensitive in a sense, uppercase is different from lowercase. That is called case sensitive. We cannot use reserved words as identifiers. What is mean by reserved words? Very simple. At the time of language development, not only Python. Suppose if you are developing either C, Java, Python, at the time of program language development, the developers fixed some words. The developers fixed some words. So this is the word used only for this purpose. This is the word used only for this purpose. So such words are called reserved words. For example, even though you don't know, you ignore them. For is the word which is used to repeat a loop. For is the reserved word. The purpose of the for is to repeat a loop. Suppose if is the reserved word, the purpose of if is to check some condition. That is, some words are fixed. The words are fixed. The words are used only for that purpose only. Such type of words are not used as identifiers. Why? If you are using an identifier, so there is a conflict. That is the name or the reserved word. There is a conflict. That is the reason reserved words are not used as identifier. Now, there is no length limit for identifier. That means you can write the identifier of any length. There is no restriction. Identifier is either a one character or two characters or 100 characters. That is one character. That is okay. Here four letters. That is okay. Here one, two, three, five letters. Okay. Even 100 letters is also possible. Even 100 letters is also possible. Why you are using this word in the sense? Except to Python, remaining programming language, there is a restriction on the length of identifier. There is restriction on the length of identifier, but in this you have there is no restriction on the identifier length. These are the identifiers. These are the identifiers. If you have any doubt regarding the identifier, please ask me. Anything, not a problem. Now related to identifier, if anything, please ask me. I will clarify your doubt. Okay. I think no one. I think it is very clear. Okay, identifiers is the basic thing. By using this thing only, we are creating some names. That is either a variable, class names, object name, functions name, module names. So different types of names are required in the programming. So all those names are defined by using these rules of identifier. By using these rules of identifier. Next one, after completion of this one, I will show you how to install the Python software after completion of this one. So the next one is keywords. Keywords is also called as reservoirs. In the previous slide, we listened the word reservoirs. The other name of keyword reservoirs is keyword. So what is the meaning of this one? Not only in Python, in any language, suppose we are dealing with in Python, some words are used for this, some words are reserved to represent some meaning or functionality. That is, some set of words are fixed. So this is the word which is used only for this particular purpose. Such type of words are called reserved words. In Python, we have total 33 reserved words. Python, total 33 words are available as the keywords. Generally, remember, all the reservoirs must and should contains only alphabets. All the reservoirs in Python contains only alphabets. That is A to Z combination. Even a digit is not allowed. Even underscore any special symbol is not allowed. Only the alphabets A to Z. Okay, and exactly among all 33 keywords, all total 30 keywords are in lowercase only. Only 30 keywords are in lowercase only. So only three keywords can contain the first letter as the uppercase. True is the keyword, false is the keyword, none is the keyword. Okay. So what is this one? I will explain after installation of Python software. After installation of Python software. Now I will show you how to install the Python software step by step. Now simply go to Google Chrome. Go to Google Chrome. So for Python, we have many types of tools, either Python IDLE, PyCharm, and Jupyter, Spider, many number of tools. So this is the basic session and the first and second sessions. In this session, first I will show you how to install Python IDLE. And then we are executing the programs by using this Python IDLE and by using the command prompt. Later on, whenever we know the topics, how to execute the programs, we are moving into some other tools. So finally, we will complete all the tools. So here right now I am opening my Google Chrome. Not only Google Chrome, use any web browser. In that, go to Python, python.org. This is an official website where the complete Python is available. Python.org. Press enter. Python.org. Press enter. Now, so I think everyone got this window. In this window, move to download. Even no need to click also. Whenever mouse places on the download, automatically displayed depending upon the operating system you are using. Mostly, I think so, all of you use Windows operating system. If you are using Windows operating system, If your operating system is Windows, directly in the downloads, click this one. Click this one. Suppose if you are using Mac OS, select this one. Suppose see this one. If I am using Mac OS, select Mac OS, and then these are the different versions. Observe the thing, versions like our Android phone. Right now you are using Android 12. Previously Android 11, Android 10, like this. These are the different versions that are available. So first one is this is the version. So Python 2.01. From this onwards, step by step increases the versions. Right now, this is the version. So simply click on this one. If you are using Mac OS, simply click on the first release. Now, but I required Windows. Simply click on this one. Automatically it will download. Okay. After download, after download, open this one, open the downloaded file, and actually if you open this download file, you got a different screen. Why? Because I already installed the IDLE in my system. You understand the point? I already installed IDLE in my system. That is the reason it shows a different screen to you. Suppose in your system, observe, I am explaining step by step. In your system, we have a screen like this. We have two options, installation and custom installation. Installation and custom installation. And at the bottom, we have two checkboxes. At the bottom, you have two checkboxes. One checkbox is already selected. For the first checkbox is already selected, you have to select the second checkbox. What is the second checkbox? Add path. The second checkbox name is add path. Okay, after selecting the add checkbox, select the first option. What is the first option? The first option is installation. You do not require any custom installation. Simply installation. Click on installation. Simply what is the thing? Next one is yes. Next one is next to next to next. Automatically the Python is installed in your computer. Automatically the Python is installed in your computer. Okay. So in your system, perform the execution. In your system, perform the installation. Then you will get the clear idea. You will get the clear idea. Okay. So again, I'm repeating, go to python.org. In this, according to your operating system and according to your required version, select that particular section, click in on this one. Simply it downloads the executable file. By clicking on this one, you got two options. One is installation, second one is custom installation. What is the difference? Installation in the sense entire Python software is installed. Custom installation in the sense we have to select what are the things among all the tools. So we require only some set, we select that one. That is custom. Manually you have to select that one and select the checkbox add path to that one. That select the checkbox also, and then next to next to next and so on. The Python software is installed in your system. After completion of this installation, simply check, go to start. In this, type IDLE. Remember the name, type IDLE. Okay, automatically within the start IDLE is open. So this is IDLE. Simply click on this one. Simply go to start IDLE and click on this one. Automatically this window is open. This is called IDLE shell. This is called IDLE shell, where we are writing and executing our programs. Where we are writing and executing our programs. Okay, in this IDLE. For example, simply 2 plus 3. Here I am performing addition. 2 plus 3 plus enter. Automatically 5 is displayed. Automatically 5 is displayed. Suppose previously we are writing one program, print of hello world. We are writing the program and then press enter. See this one, whatever we are providing, the hello world is printed on the screen. The hello world is printed on the screen. Okay. Now, for this ideally, just now you observed, for example, if my program contains 3 lines, if my program contains 3 lines, generally, after completion of first line, then how we are moving into second line? By pressing enter only, we are moving into second line. But in this screen, whenever you press enter, automatically it shows the result. Automatically, it shows the result. It is not possible to write more than one line. You got my point? That is the reason we have some another thing also. So if you want to write the programs, if you want to write the programs, go to file. Go to file, select new file. Go to file, select new file. A separate window is opened. Here you can write your program. Suppose print good, print hello. Suppose print 2 plus 3. You got it? So if you want to write a program which consists of more than one line, which consists of more than one line, instead of directly moving into the screen, go to file and then select new file. Within this file, this window is open. Now what is the thing? Save the file. Save the file. Go to file and save. Go to file and save. Automatically it saves in the folder where the Python software is installed. Where the Python software is installed. Here, name of the file. Suppose my file name is sam dot. So generally, by default, here the type is Python file. So no need to write anything. By default, if it is a Python file, automatically the file is saved as a Python file. Suppose if you do not have Python files, then if you are writing a Python program, save the file as SAM, not only SAM, you can give any name. You can give any name. The name dot py. Py specifies the file is a Python file. The file is a Python file. Save. Okay, the file is saved with some name. Now, so up to now what happens? We return the program and then saved the program, but it is not executed. What is executed? Running. It is not executed. Go to run and then the first option, run module. Go to run and then run module. Click on this run module. Automatically we are moving into this screen. We are moving into this screen and then we got good hello 5. Good to hello 5. Whatever we have in this, the everything is displayed now. One last point related to this one. Generally, this Python software allows two modes. Two modes. One is interactive mode. One is interactive mode. Second one is the script mode. Interactive mode in the sense the mode where the user directly interacts. Where the user directly interacts in the sense here I am given the input, output is also exactly displayed on the same place. For example, if you are using either C, Java, whatever the language, you are writing the program in one place. Whenever we are executing the program, for output it shows some other place. For output it opens a new window and that particular new window the output is displayed. But coming to interactive mode, the input and output is displayed on the same place. The user directly interacts. So see this one, this is called an interactive mode. Python two modes. The first one is interactive mode. This is called interactive mode. How can you say that? Here I am given 2 plus 3. Automatically 5 is displayed. Here I am given some print message. Automatically the answer is displayed. This is called interactive mode. And what is the second one? Script mode. So script mode in a sense, suppose if the program contains generally more than one line, if you want to write a program, we are writing the program in a new window and then save the program with .py and then execute the program. Whatever we had done in the previously, this one. So file, new file, we are creating a new file. Within this file, we are writing this program. This is called a script. This is called a script. This is called script mode. Even though we are writing the program in script mode and then after performing run operation, the output is always displayed in the interactive mode. The output is always displayed in the interactive mode. These are the two types of modes. Interactive mode, script mode. Interactive mode, directly we interact with the system and we got the output. But coming to script mode, we are writing the program and then execute the program. Execute or run, both are same. Run the program, the output is again shown on this interactive mode. Okay. Okay. So this is for today's session. So in this today's session, what we discuss, what are the features of Python programming, identifier, keyword, and then how to install the Python software. What is the difference between interactive mode and script mode? Okay, here among all these, the most important thing is identifier. Remember the thing. Why? Because we are given some names. All the names must and should depends on identifier. Now, if you have any doubt, please ask me. Now it's time for doubts. If you have any doubts, please ask me. Okay. So no problem. By moving on, you definitely, even though you have very, very small doubts, generally at the time of language, program language learning, so starting sessions, we have some scratch of doubts. Very, 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 very simple confusions. So by moving on, approximately some 5 to 10 classes are completed. We have a clear picture. Okay, this is the language. These are the things that we are going to do this with this language. So we have some clear idea. No problem. Okay, right. I will close the session. Thank you. Thank you very much.